Dee 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 dee. Uh, yes. AI Learning Lab and Card Fraud Prevention Center. How can I help you?
You can make money with Chat Gpt.
Oh, yeah. Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. All right, let's see. He's back. Start playing the guitar again. Please stand by. Technical difficulties. Yeah, I suppose we can play the guitar again. Although, I don't think the dog's going to sing. Champ, are you going to sing? All right. Fantastic. Welcome back, everybody. So if you were here before and you didn't quite catch what happened, thank you. Good. Pate caught it. Thank goodness for Pate. I had my camera turned away from my screen while I put in my credit card information, and then I turned the camera back while the credit card information was still on screen. And Pate was like, "Hey, dude, you may want to go on ahead and change that immediately." So yeah, I'm good. Be right back, booking a flight. Exactly. Exactly. Oh my God. Wait, how did Grandpa lose all his money? Well, Grandpa had a TikTok channel. Welcome to Cybersecurity Learning Lab. Oh my God. Oh, woo! Next time, pause first. Deleting screenshots. Well, it's okay. You can have the screenshots now. Everything's canceled. Like, you know what the drag is? I gotta now go change out like everything that uses that credit card. It's like, oh fuck. But whatever. That's a dumb move. Listen, shoot, I didn't get finished spending your money. I know, cybersecurity fail. That was not even a cybersecurity fail. That was just idiocracy. I've done worse. Yeah, exactly. At least I didn't let it sit for, a couple hours. Thank you, Pate, by the way, for for jumping on that one. You gotta love a good geek. You gotta love a good geek, because geeks jump on that shit. They will not have it. They're like, no, we are not doing this. You are canceling that now, little mister. Oh, all right. Welcome. All right, just another Saturday night. So 2 Saturdays ago, it was GPT for good. Last Saturday, it was the gift ambush, and tonight it was drain Kyle's bank account. Date night just got better. Oh man! All right, never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. Kyle's buying whether he wants to or not. Last Saturday was better. I agree. What happened? I put my all of my credit card information into Mighty Networks. Well, I turned my camera away from it, entered all the information, and then turned the camera back before leaving the page. So all my credit card information was out there for all of the world to see. Well, however many, 100 or so people that were on here. So if it was just us irregulars, everything would be fine. Yeah, exactly. Case of Blanton's headed your way. Yeah, headed your way, Tobias, right? Kyle never fails to deliver. Happy to help. Glad it was caught immediately. Yep, no, it's gone. It's good. Talk to the bank. They confirmed all of the transactions, including the Mighty Networks transaction that happened live on the internet, live on the TikTok. I was really trying to live up to this motto.
You can make money with Chat Gpt.
But you weren't fast enough. Sorry. You had your chance. It was right there. It was right there. It was right there. All right. Fantastic. It's the giving part of the community. I said generosity was part of one of our values. I live our values, okay? Thank you, Robert Rossi. Robert Rossi giving me lots and lots of lightning bolts to help replenish the coffers. Thank you very much. That's pretty good. I like it. Thank you very much. Very generous. If Dar shows up with a new rabbit, I'm going to scream. That's not the type of show and tell we're used to. Oh, man. Whew. I am walking the walk. I am. This is. What do you mean Grandpa gave him the bank account? Well. Oh. He said it was a Nigerian prince. Oh, man. You can make Kyle's money with ChatGPT. Exactly, Silver Fox. UBI, starting here tonight. You go. Oh, man. I'm sorry. Even I need a drink now. Really, maybe I should go get a whiskey. Woo! What were we talking about? What do you want to talk about? Oh, man. All right, let's see. Cavruno shared the live. Encourage. Cavruno, thank you for sharing the live. Crushed ice, exactly. You got to make a slushie. What's going on? Chaos. Chaos in the football game. Yeah, nothing. Have a glass of Blanton's, Kyle. Do it for us. All right, I'll do that. Go to show and tell. Okay. Oh, man. That was funny. Show and tell, show and tell. Exactly. It's on Kyle. Yeah. Well, listen, you all are idiots. I hate you all. Oh, please. All right, we're going to leave it right there. We'll leave it on that one. All right, I'm going to go get some crushed ice cancel culture. Yeah, cancel the credit card culture. All right, I'm back. Slushy. Did you steal his credit card? No, not really. He just kind of gave it out. That's what I said to the bank woman. I said, yeah, I just kind of showed all my credit card information to a couple of hundred people online. She was like, oh, that's not good. Thanks for calling right away. Yes. Listen. Yes. Click, 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 click. Nice. Oh. The only thing better than the credit card is the Blanton's bag. What's the Salon website? So the Salon website, it's aisalon.mn.co, or you can go to the salon.ai, and that'll take you to a link tree, and the very first link is the link to the Mighty Networks, where you can go play and show and tell and make fun of me. And well-earned wanted Kyle Shannon. Where are you? Yeah. This is what we call a folklore generation. Cheers. Cheers, everybody. Happy Saturday night. All right. That was a well-earned bourbon. I didn't, it's funny. I was like, should I have a drink tonight? I'm like, nah, I got nothing to really celebrate. And then I gave out my credit card information. Fucking moron. I'm normally not that stupid. I mean, sure, I'm a dum-dum, and I have no qualifications. But that one... Do I have scissors here? Where are my scissors? Where are the scissors? Scissors! I need scissors! I got no scissors. Well, this is more fun than a date. For you, maybe. Look what I'm having to do. Take that, you bastards. You thieving bastards. There was a time when you could put your credit card information on the internet and no one would steal it. Those times have passed. Kyle, did you create an excuse for Blanton's? I think I may have. I think this was, it's tasting really good. What did I say? You are too cool. Yeah, I'm cool. So, should we expect Kyle's financial guild? No, it'll be Kyle's cybersecurity guild. Jesus. Good Lord. It's just, I make myself ache. But we do have this image. TikTok live with all the Blanton's bottles. Just gaslight everybody and say it never say it never happened. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why the recording of tonight's episode never made it up to YouTube. What are you people talking about? It must have been corrupted. Oh man. Cover your keyboard, please. I know. Calm down. I've got the Blanton's bag. And I'm putting it on backwards because people don't like it when it's not backwards. There's a whole situation here. I also didn't get to the stationery store today. Woke up this morning. It was minus 7 degrees here in Denver. Right now it's like 2. I forget what it is, like minus 4 or 8 in Kansas City with 30 below wind chill. This is my first time joining. This is my first time joining this TikTok trying to figure it out. Cheers. Oh my God. Okay, so Lori Drushkin Ryan, sorry about this. Normally, it seems more like this TikTok has a purpose. The only purpose tonight was trying to keep my bank account from being drained. But what we do here, you can lose money with ChatGPT. What we do here is we talk about AI stuff. So if you have questions about AI, thoughts about AI, want to learn about anything, let me know. I'll do my best to answer them below. And why you would trust me, no one seems to know. No one seems to understand that particular nuance of this channel. Oh, man. Whew. All right. Woke up this morning, dead shrimp under my bed. Andre, is that a metaphor? or are the shrimp now walking out of the ocean? It's just getting weird. Wind chill of -24. My image made the big times. It did, Kevin. Now, the Blanton's bottles don't have the faceted edges, so, there's some room for improvement here, but it is pretty swell. Oh, man. Okay. Artificial is the only intelligence we have. All right, so what are we going to talk about, folks? What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Chat GPT? You want to talk about the store? You want to talk about anything other than my credit card? Question, is there a way to search through all my Chat GPT conversations? Believe it or not, there is, but unfortunately not on the web. So let me show you what to do here. If you go to Chat GPT on the web, log in. Let me just enter my credit card information here. All right, so here we are at Chat GPT. What Steve-O, it's 111 Fahrenheit here today. Oh my God. Steve-O's in Australia. If you go to Chat GPT, down here, this is your prompt history. And believe it or not, it is not searchable. So I've been on this thing for a fucking year. For a year, it's not searchable. But here's the secret. I'm going over to my iPad, and the official Chat GPT app. Look in the upper corner. It has search your chat history. So if you get the official Chat GPT app, you can search your chat history. Why can you not do that on the web? What's going on? Why can they not add a feature that they've already written the code for to the web app? It's astounding. It's astounding. So anyway, yes, you can search for it. You just can't search for it. Pate, that's dumb. I agree. I had my first Etsy shop sale today using AI created and edited mockups. Awesome, a human being. That's great. Fantastic. Congrats. It just goes to show, like, it doesn't really matter if art is AI generated, in my opinion. It's like, if you create an image that people like enough to buy and want to put on a mug or a t-shirt, fucking far out. Why not? OpenAI is compartmentalized. Yeah, they're an 800-person company, and they've got silos already. It's just it happens. It's a natural thing. But the search thing in particular, I cannot understand it. Like, how do they not have? They launched what they're calling a store. It's not a store, by the way. It's not even a fucking directory at this point. The GPT store is a grave disappointment for me. I've decided 2 days in. It's just so bad. No one has written the GPT for search yet. That would be pretty funny. Call it Schmoogle or something like that. Oh man, that's pretty funny. You could absolutely do that. Search for anything you want. Actually, could you do that? Wait, let me see. Do a Google search for hedgehogs and return the search results here. Searching with Bing. Yeah, it just returned 5 links. But it did it without injecting any advertising, so maybe that's the thing you could do. Superpower GPT lets you organize and search chats. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's super cool. Superpower GPT. So this, if you haven't seen it, is the GPT Store. So if you'll put in Superpower... Superpower Expert. Oops. Yeah, I can't find it. Hello? Why is my dictation on always right now? What the hell's going on? What the hell is going on here, people? Hello, hello? Is it off now? Okay, now it's off. All right. Oh, not in Chat GPT. Oh, it's a standalone app. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there's some external Chat GPT like thing that has all sorts of features. Hacked too? Posting in the mods. All right, let me hop over to mods. Hold, please. Hold, please. Chat GPT Info Seeker, a straightforward search assistant. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Brandon. I know. Now that I canceled the card that I just switched Mighty Networks to, it's going to yell at me again next month. Is ChatGPT 4 worth it? Yes, absolutely. Best $20 you could spend a month. Best $20 a month you could spend. Do not go annual. I would avoid doing GPT Team right now because it doesn't. Here's something I learned about Team. So if you go to ChatGPT Upgrade and you go to Team, see where it says this word upgrade to Team? That is a lie. It's not an upgrade. It's a separate subscription. And when you upgrade to Team, it does not migrate your GPTs and your search history over. So, and apparently they're going to fix that in the coming weeks. It's like, then don't fucking launch the thing. Yeah. Weirdos. Where is the store? Okay, so if you go to ChatGPT, you'll land here. So in press releases, they call it the ChatGPT Store. In the interface, they call it Explore GPTs. So if you click on Explore GPTs over there, it takes you to this thing. That also does not say the GPT Store. Because it's not a store. Because you can't buy anything. And you can't really find anything. And you can't find like all of the GPTs that some specific person made. And they have 7 sections. And they're featuring up to 12 GPTs per section. So if you compare this, for example, to Poe.com, they also have a GPT store, or what they call a bot store. Do. What's going on? Why is it not letting me in? Did I not? Oh, it is. Okay. So if I go to explore here, see it's got all these different categories at the top. So I can go to cooking, for example. So here's all the cooking ones. Something went wrong loading more. So it's just this big, long-ass scrolling list of all the cooking bots. So, like, at a minimum, this is what the GPT store should be. But they've only got 12 per section. If I go to the GPT store, when you go to these different sections, they're not even going to a separate web page. This is all one long web page with just anchor hyperlinks to the different sections. This is I say pretty much nightly that everything in AI right now are janky pieces of shit. This doesn't even elevate to that standard. It's so bad. I can go look at my GPTs, but it doesn't change the URL to say my name. So I can't give this URL out. I would be wary of unofficial extensions for Chat GPT. You're probably granting read permissions. Yeah, all the third-party stuff. I have basically just ignored Chrome extensions and third-party apps that.
Could you try again?
Sorry, Siri. Can we not now? Thank you. She got my credit card information too, bitch. Like I keep saying, the Craigslist of AI. At least the Craigslist you can find stuff. Yeah, this is not great right now, the GPT store. We're going to go on ahead and give them a pass because they are primarily a research organization. Danielle, thank you very much. That's very sweet. Appreciate that. I appreciate the roses. Yeah. Try showing gptcombo.com. I'll look at it. I don't know if I'm very leery of anything that's. Is it just a thing that lets you do lots of different models? Joker, my GPT broke 1,000 chats today. Congrats, man. That's a big deal. Oh, GPT combo. This is that Filipino or Indonesian directory. Yeah, these are fine, but ultimately when ChatGPT gets their shit together, those things are not going to be all that useful. Although the fact that they released such a weak ass store means that it extends the life of those things. I thought that those things would be flushed down the toilet when this thing launched, and they actually still provide value. So that's something. I also wanted to show, I was talking last night about, there's another thing that they're doing here that's really weird. So I just put in pottery, and I know that Corey Sandler's got a GPT that starts with the word pottery, and it's not showing up here. It's very weird. Let me see if I do Corey Sandler. See, Pottery Whisperer. This was the one I wanted to show last night. Create unique glazes, choose a color, a surface, a cone, unique characteristics. Ask me anything clay related. So what we're looking at here, if you don't know what we're looking at, is we're looking at a GPT. So you've got Chat GPT, and then within it, if you've got a Chat GPT Plus subscription, you can create these things called GPTs, which are just very customized, specific. Think of them like iPhone apps, but that use GPT-4 technology. And so this is one of them, and this is a really cool one. I was talking about this last night, where if you're a potter, this will help you come up with recipes. Create a random glaze for cone 6 pottery. I have no fucking idea what cone 6 pottery is, but if you click that little button, it will make you a unique glaze. 40% feldspar, potash, 15% whiting, 10% EPK kaolin, 25% silica, 5% zinc oxide, 2% bentonite, and 3% copper carbonate. Surface texture crackle, color emerald green. But so now check this out. Now I can say, can I see what this would look like? Do you know the best place to clean up image generations that give you the blue scruff in certain areas? I don't know what the blue scruff is. What are you talking about? Is that a photoshopping term? Yeah. I gotta get in there and take care of the blue scruff. Ooh, look at that. That's fucking gorgeous. So I don't know. I mean, Corey Sandler knows her shit about pottery, so I don't know how good this is predicting how that would look, but I assume this is accurate. That's fucking gorgeous. So the fact it can sort of invent a glaze recipe for you and then show you what it's going to look like, how cool is that? That's pretty bitchin'. Huh. Fired to cone 6. You know what I'm going to ask it? Can you tell me what cone 6 means? Rather than try to guess, I just realized I'm sitting in the world's most knowledgeable assistant. Cone 6 refers to a specific temperature range when firing in a kiln. The term cone originates from the use of pyrometric cones, which are small triangular pyramids made of a specific ceramic material formulated to melt at certain temperatures. Wow, I didn't know that. These cones serve as visual indicators of heat work inside the kiln. Oh, I suppose before they had accurate... Oh, it's dictating again. What is going on here? Stop that. Jeez. Cone 6 is 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit. This is considered mid-range. That's like knots. You know, knots in seafaring, maritime things, because it was they would tie knots however far apart, 3 feet apart, and then they'd throw a board hooked to the rope, and then they would count the number of knots that went by in a certain amount of time. That's the speed of the ship. This is like cones. Very, very cool. The cone is when it falls or melts. Very cool. Wow. Wow, pottery goals. The cones help determine what temp is in the kiln, sort of like a thermometer. Super cool. Here's the learning part of the night. To me, what's great about the store, learning stuff you wouldn't even think about. Well, so Lori, I agree with you. This is one of the genius things I think about the GPTs in general, is because they're so easy to make, people are going to make GPTs with really very, very specialized pieces of knowledge, right? That historically wouldn't justify making an app, right? Like it's just too sort of weird and nichey and small. And people are now just going to go, oh, well, I kind of like, you know, whatever, any sort of thing. So I'm going to make a GPT that other people can do that. And I totally agree. It's like they're kind of instantly inspiring. And it's what I'm realizing is that I'll sometimes people say about GPTs as a criticism, well, you could just write that prompt. Okay, sure, but I never would because I don't care that deeply about that thing. So someone does. And then I get to go there and just click on shit. Just click, click, click. And then I get the experience of that. We were on a call today on Ann Murphy's weekend GPT jams. And Nate St. Pierre was talking about this GPT he made that's a world building thing. And he was like, "Oh yeah, it doesn't have any value. I did it really quickly, and it doesn't have any value." I'm like, "Dude, it's totally got value, because it's got like all of your expertise about storytelling and world building and creating things like that we just get to play with, and it's really quite amazing." I totally agree. I think that's what these things are all about. Do. What was that? My husband is a ceramicist potter. I'll ask him to test. Oh, that would be very cool. Wait, hang on. So here's the. Did you capture the recipe, Cindy? Emerald sea crackle. My son is sleeping in my lap while I complain about AI on the internet. Life doesn't get better. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, not only were you complaining about life on the internet and complaining about the internet, you also saved me from being wrecked financially, or at least, one of my little my little accounts. So you're doing some solid work tonight, Pate. Can I translate my GPT in Chinese? Yeah, absolutely. So one of the cool things, let's see, explore GPTs. Let me search. Something weird is up with. Oh, I know what's going on. Okay. So I'm in Corey Sandler's Pottery GPT, the Pottery, what's it called? Pottery Whisperer Pro, glaze and ceramic expert. Okay. So here's the GPT. I'm in the Chat GPT app. I can now put this in conversation mode. I want you to give me a glaze recipe that uses blues and blacks, but I want you to tell me the recipe in Chinese.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Please try again later.
Try again?
Here's the image of the peaceful garden scene at sunrise. It captures the vibrant flowers, quaint wooden bench, cobblestone path, small pond with ducks, lush green trees, and the beautifully colored dawn sky.
That was not at all what I asked for.
Let me know what you think, or if there's anything else you'd like. You can check out the images in our conversation history.
That wasn't at all what I asked for. I want a ceramic glaze recipe that you invent for me that's blue, and I want you to tell it to me in Chinese. Come on, ChatGPT.
All right, I'll create a fictional ceramic glaze recipe for you in Chinese. Here it is. 蓝色陶瓷釉料配方1石英粉40%.
So, and then there it is in Chinese, right? There's the recipe for all the things, and there's whatever she was saying. So yeah, you can do that. And someone just put the comment, janky, exactly. Welcome to the janky time. We're now in the janky time. These are the janky times. Hang on, I'll be right there. Hold, please. Looks like Kansas City's going to win this game, by the way. All right. I love convo mode for writing blogs. The conversation helps me get my thoughts together. Yeah, conversation mode's really, really interesting. I don't use it enough. And then I heard today, this was also in Ann Murphy's Weekend GPT thing, which, by the way, if you want to join that group, the information about it, there's an area in Mighty Networks, a private club for Ann's GPT building group on Saturdays. So another reason to join the salon. And if you're like, what's the salon you're talking about? Is that where you get your hair done? If that's where you get your hair done, I'm not going to that salon. It's the other kind of salon. Go there. The first link goes to the AI Salon. And go read about what we do in About the Salon. And then if it sounds like your kind of people, join us. And then you can do her thing. But one of the people in the meeting today was talking about, I forget who was talking about it. Maybe some TikTok influencer or someone they knew. Doesn't use their keyboard anymore. They're doing all of their work with voice to text and with large language models. Pi has been crazy in translations as well lately. When I tell it to speak in Hindi, yeah, it's amazing. We have gone from, we now have general purpose tools that can speak any language, right? I know you can buy specialized translators and things like that, but they're like proprietary and weird, and they probably only do certain languages. And we're just now at a place where we have these tools that just will speak in whatever language and be a translator for us. I'm trying to watch ESPN. Okay. I've been having issues with it today. It's been wacky. Yeah, it's really weird today. Janky is as janky does. Chat GPT is off. Oh, interesting. Well, maybe they heard me bitching about the how bad the GPT store is, and they're trying to fix it, and it's fucking up Chat GPT. Usually can't do Saturdays. Are there any other jams on any other days? There may be. There's this jam every single night. I do this every night, 7 nights a week. It's not a focused jam like that though. There probably are. Go in within the guilds. So there's an art guild, there's a writing guild, there's a business guild. They all have meetings. So go check out the guilds and check out the event calendars for the different guilds. Meet up this Tuesday. Oh, and then we've got the AI Salon meeting this Tuesday. So we meet sort of globally every other Tuesday. So this coming Tuesday, we're speaking there. We've got a professional photographer, a friend of Leah Fasten's who co-founded the salon with me. A friend of hers is speaking about being a professional photographer. The GPT store is down for me. Interesting. Yeah, that thing just really weirded out here for a second, didn't it? Let's see if it's down here as well. Not for me, but let me reload. No, it's still here. Something's up. They're doing something. It's whenever you launch a bunch of new things, like say a team feature that doesn't migrate all of your work over, and you call it upgrade, there's probably a lot of people bitching right now. So I would imagine that the tech team at OpenAI is working overtime trying to catch up with some of the jank they released into the world. AI Salon. Isn't that cute? All right. How can I make talking cartoons? What app? Okay, so let me show you some. The AI Salon. First thing you're going to want to do is go to Welcome to the Salon and learn about the salon. I've got PTSD now. This is the screen where I gave away my credit card information. Look at our values. Look at what the salon's all about. Make sure that you're down with what we do. All right. Then go to the community section and introduce yourself. Hi, my name is. Be generous. That's one of our values. Tell us more than just your name and you think AI is cool. Tell us what's going on. Check out the Show and Tell channel. That's where everyone in here are doing things like mocking me relentlessly for Grandpa giving away his credit card information on the internet. Is that Joker? That's Corey Sandler. Perfect. if ever there was an image that represented this channel, there you go. I'm not dead. It's just a flesh wound. So you should go check out all that stuff. Hey, look, the Blanton's bottle looks right. And that's pretty much what I was just doing. And those are about as good as my scissors are. Oh, God. This is so funny. Oh, where everybody knows your name and your credit card number. Oh, man. Okay. So go there. And then, this actually is building to something. Go to AI tools and resources. So this is someone asking about how do I animate an image? So what this list is, this is a curated list that I maintain that if you're trying to get started in AI, this will give you all of the sort of major categories to start, rabbit holes to run down. It starts with Chat Gpt because it's still the best, and there's a lot to explore just within Chat Gpt. Then I list these 4 large language models and then 4 other large language models, like specialty ones. Then I've got image creation. DALL-E, Midjourney, Krea, Decohere, Leonardo, and Firefly. Now, Decohere and Leonardo are both image generation tools that also do animation. Now, they don't specifically do character animation and talking. I'm going to show those in a second. But know that these tools are starting to blur. So things that are explicitly image generation tools are starting to do other stuff. Leonardo's really starting to do lots of different things, which is pretty interesting. In video creation, there's 2 different major kinds of video creation. There's the tools like Runway ML and Pika Labs, which are like text to video, like generate a video sequence out of nothing or out of an image or another video. And then there's HeyGen and D-ID. These are the ones I think you're asking for. There's also one called Synthesia. I think there's probably 4 or 5 of these tools out there. HeyGen and D-ID right now for me are the leaders in the space. D-ID is really easy. You basically just upload a picture, write a script, or pop it in from ChatGPT, pick a voice and hit render, or you can upload an audio file that you've recorded. It will animate it. So those are the ones. It's really, really quite simple to use. Now, they're not free. All of the stuff in kind of the video space here, and a fair amount of things in images are not free because it's more expensive to make videos than it is to just make text. So that hopefully will help. All right. Anyone know an easy way for GPT to save as PDF without using Zapier? Yeah. Cat Daddy decals. If you have code interpreter turned on in your GPT, or if you're in GPT-4, you can just tell it to export as a PDF. It will write that file. It uses Python to create a PDF file. Or it can export a... Is that game over? Looks like it is. No, 3 minutes left. Uh, let's blame it on Helen Toner. What, OpenAI being ChatGPT being janky? Yeah, Helen's still got root access to the GPT-4 model. She's like, fuck it, I'll just reroute some of these prompts. I'll put a randomizer in where these prompts go. Maybe they're fixing the store. We can hope, Source Camp, right? Sam's embarrassed that you think it's shit, so he told him to fix it, trying to win you back. I know Forever Hooked. I don't want Sam to be petty. I don't. I really respect him, but he's got to get his shit together. I know he was on his honeymoon, and he left it up to his lieutenants to put the store out there, and I think what he was probably doing, he was probably like on his honeymoon, hanging out on the TikTok live here, and then he heard that I wasn't so happy with the store, and then he probably called back to Palo Alto. He's like, hey, what's going on with the store? They're like, we didn't really launch a good one. And he was like, could we maybe do that? It looks like Kyle's pissed. So that it's just rumor that that's what happened, but that's the rumor that I've heard from many people. GPT wrote me a song to use for Valentine's Day. Where do I go to have music and voice added? Okay, go to Suno.ai. So you're going to have to, with Suno, okay. So you can go to Suno.ai and it will just write you a song. Suno.ai. Make a song for your friend. Make a song. Now, as of it still looks like create. It still looks like on the website you cannot add lyrics. Song description, custom mode. Oh no, you can. Okay, look, they updated the website. Okay, so the way Suno works, this is cool. It's like every time I go to demo something, the interface is completely fucking different. It's like could we have the interface stay stable for like a week? Anyone? No? You good? All right. Launch it. So this didn't used to be able to do lyrics, but now it can. So you can just describe a song and it will write it, or you can add in lyrics. So go to Suno, go to create, put it in custom mode, drop your lyrics in there, describe the style of your music. You can even you can put a title in there and then just say create and it will create it. This is one of Pate's favorite images, one of the songs I made. Where are the rest? Pate loves this image. Isn't this great? I love that image too, Pate. It's so inspiring.
In a small town where the flowers bloom, there's a girl named Sydney. She shines through the gloom. Her smile, it's like sunshine on a rainy day. But beneath the surface,
we got Champy. Can we get a badge as AI Salon makers and add it to, wait, what was the rest of that? Add it to what? Could whoever pinned that just repin it? Repin what was there? Can we get a badge for AI Salon makers and add it to our GPT irregulars only? I don't know what you mean, Mr. IT. A badge for in here in TikTok? Or a badge for GPTs? One of the things that I want to figure something out. So we did that GPT for Good event, and I would love to get anyone who participated in that event to put the hashtag GPT for Good in the description of their GPTs. I'd like to come up with some way that we could do that for the salon as well. That we might be able to search for, salon members' GPTs. That could be cool. Do 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 do. Oh, the AI Salon. Could we get irregulars badges? I think so. So Bradley did most of the Mighty Network setup. There are some things that we can do that I think we haven't played with yet. I think badges or labels is one of them. So yes, I'll look into that, but we haven't done it yet. Does AI help playing football in sub-zero temps? It looked like Kansas City's playing pretty good. Miami, it just looks like he can't throw the ball. Like he's thrown it 3 or 4 feet to both sides of the receivers. It's weird. You need to update your credit card info. Yeah, I do. Does anyone know why we didn't have a Chat GPT 10 years ago? I can tell you a little bit about why we didn't have one 10 years ago. So, 2017. So, okay. Machine learning and AI has been around for decades. It's been around for decades. We had things like Big Blue that beat Gary Kasparov, and we have these expert systems. A lot of those systems were sort of vertical specialty systems where researchers had to come with their own data. So they'd come with MRI data or X-ray data or mathematical data or whatever it was. And they would train these GPTs to do this specialized thing. In 2017, Pate's company, it's this little startup out of the valley. What's it called? Google. It's like a teeny little 200,000 person startup. So Google in 2017 invents this thing called the transformer. And what the transformer does, it's a paper, you can go read the paper if you want. It's called Attention is All You Need. And they introduced this concept of a transformer. And what the transformer, it does a lot of things, but ostensibly what it allows researchers to do is train machine learning models on massive data sets. And so one of the things that Sam Altman recognized very early on, shortly after the transformer came out, is that we could train this on massive data sets. Well, one of the biggest data sets in the world is the public internet. Why don't we go get as much of the public internet as we can, embedded into this model using these transformer things, and see what it can do? And so I think in 2018 they did GPT-1. In 2019 they did GPT-2. In 2020 they did GPT-3. And GPT-3 was the first of these large language models to start behaving like, holy shit, this thing works. And so it actually made some news. Like I heard about GPT-3 that, researchers had come up with this model that is really, really good. That was in 2020 that GPT-3 launched to the developer community. In the documentation for GPT-3 were the instructions, the example app, or one of the example apps in the documentation for the GPT foundation model was a little thing called Chat GPT. Here's how you could make a chatbot using the GPT foundation model. Nobody built it for 2 years. 2 years. Nobody built it. So then OpenAI cuts this deal with Microsoft, and Microsoft is getting it ready to announce their first billion-dollar investment into OpenAI. And Sam Altman says, well, we don't really have anything non-technical to show the world. Hey, engineer team, why don't you go whip up that Chat GPT thing since no one's built it? And that was in October of 2022, like late October. 2 weeks later, they had created Chat GPT. And on November 29th, the team went out for drinks the night before, and they're like, okay, I guess we'll launch this thing tomorrow. And so they launch it, and they thought that it would get maybe a blog post and 5,000 comments. There was a New York Times article that talked about this meeting. They thought it was going to be a one blog post and 5,000 comments or something like that. And 5 days later, they had 1 million users. And 6 weeks later, they had 100 million users. So it wasn't, the ability to make something like ChatGPT wasn't even really possible until 2020. Now, could Google have made ChatGPT way before OpenAI could or did? Yeah. But I think one of the things that Google recognized is that they have a business model not based on answering people's questions. They have a business model based on presenting people with hundreds of possible ways to answer their question that they all have to click on. And every time they click, Google gets paid. And I think Google probably recognized, hey, if we make this just answer shit engine, that kind of fucks up our business model. And then ChatGPT came out. Even OpenAI didn't think it was a big deal. And then it became a big deal. So we are a year and a month into the world kind of stumbling onto a simple interface to this really powerful technology that captured the imagination of everyone, basically. Do you think there'll be a time when people will get AI solutions architect certification? Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's, if you want to, IO ever, her. I don't know how to say your name. The AI Exchange, Rachel Wood's TikTok channel and her AI Exchange community, she focuses a lot on AI operations. I would hang out in that group because that's a lot of what they talk about. But yeah, but not for a while. These tools. So just to be clear, I'm looking at this channel represents talking about AI after the inflection point of November 30th, 2022, when ChatGPT launches. For me, that's the inflection point where the rest of the world gets access to these powerful tools. Prior to that, you had to be a mathematician or an engineer or a researcher. ChatGPT represents the rest of us get to play with this shit. We're going to spend the next 2 or 3 or 5 years with just advancement after advancement after advancement after advancement. So it's going to be just, we're very much in primordial soup of AI right now. We're just, nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows how to do anything. Nobody knows what infrastructure should be there. Everyone's kind of experimenting with it. The open source community's doing all their stuff. But yeah, I would get as educated as possible on all of that stuff. Kyle, it works. Add AI Salon to the GPT description, searchable in the GPT store. Awesome. Okay. We need to, okay, so Suzanne or mods or anyone, let's put together a concerted effort. Maybe we can put together a how-to thing that includes, if you were part of the GPT for Good project, here's the URL to put in there. If you hang out on Kyle's TikTok, here's the Irregulars one, and then AI Salon should be another one. maybe we should put together a little document, and then once we have that, we can promote it in different areas within the salon, but I can do a salon announcement that says, hey, we want to be able to find your GPTs in the GPT store. That's awesome, Suzanne. Thank you for doing that. That's super, super cool. All right. Go Chiefs. Yeah, Chiefs won. Chiefs win! Chiefs win! They only cut to Taylor Swift 3 times that I saw. Maybe 4, 5, 6. All right. How can I know AI will be integrated? How can I know AI will be integrated into my chosen career of cybersecurity? Go jailbreak a GPT. AI is going to be incorporated into everything. Autonomous agents are going to absolutely decimate cybersecurity protocols. So I think cybersecurity, good luck keeping up with this shit. So it just the nature of what AI is means it will absolutely be in cybersecurity. Phone is at 2%. I'm trapped by a sleeping baby. See you all on the other side. Hey, Pate, thank you very much for saving my butt tonight. I appreciate it. Just get AI literate. If you're in cybersecurity, get AI literate. Get AI literate. Go watch David Shapiro. Watch some of the videos David Shapiro did after Sam Altman got fired. He did 2 or 3 videos talking about QStar, the breakthrough in OpenAI that they think they might have gotten to AGI with. I think it was the second video he did after Altman got fired, talking about QStar, where he does some speculative stuff about if this is true. Cryptography is dead because we could basically crack all of cryptography. I don't think that happened. I think he's since debunked that. But like, that's where this is headed, right? As we get to AGI and these things can reason, things like cryptographic standards are going to have to change completely. So cybersecurity is about to be decimated. Like, all the shit that you've learned in cybersecurity is just going to get completely upended in the next 3 years. So get AI literate as soon as you can. Dr. Bod, what's an agent? Okay. So an agent, you'll also hear them sometimes called autonomous agents, or assistants. You'll hear assistants. What they are is when something like Chat GPT can take actions on its own. And so right now, you go to Chat GPT, you type in a prompt, and it gives you an answer. What an agent could do, you could say to your agent, I'd like to book a trip to Mexico. And your agent will go, okay. We will have already given it access to Expedia and, our date, our itinerary planner and our calendars and things like that. So you'll have given access to this agent to certain of your systems, and then you just give it a goal, and it will go off and just start taking actions. It will prompt itself to go find the cheapest flights and find the flights that have your preferences, and it knows when you like to fly, and it remembers all this stuff, and it will just go off. And some of the agents will even be able to generate other agents. So you might have a master agent that you give a goal to, and it says, okay, we need someone to go get us plane tickets. We need another agent to go get us hotels. We need another agent to book day trips. We need another agent to book dinners. And all these agents will go off and do their thing autonomously, as if you had a travel agent. And then they will come back having completed their task. They will basically go out there and do that shit until they complete their task. They'll come back to that master agent and say, here's your stuff. And then at whatever point they're done, the master agent will reach back out to you and go, here you go. And you're like, that itinerary seems a little busy. Can we dumb it down a little bit? Sure thing, boss. Off they go again. So, and that's just like one teeny tiny example. So there's going to be lots of that stuff. Apple's going to be really good at this. Pay attention to what Apple does in the space. Apple's stuff's going to feel more like magic than a lot of the stuff right now, because right now we're having to provide the reasoning and the logic to sort of steer these things. Agents in the future will have much more autonomy, and they'll be really good at doing things on our behalf. That's insane. Where can you create an agent? So you can create an agent. You can create assistants within Chat GPT. There's also in the open source community. There's a lot of this stuff. There's what the hell was it called? I can't remember. There was one called Baby AGI. Just go to Reddit. If you're geeky, you can do this right now. There's a ton of these projects on open source. David Shapiro has a project for autonomous agents. So if you don't follow David Shapiro, go follow David Shapiro. He's Dave Shap at Dave Shap on YouTube. He's got a project right now for cognitive architecture for an AGI system. And then he's got a second project, an open source project for autonomous agents that can spin up other autonomous agents. Agent GPT, that was it, and Auto GPT. Thanks, Brendan, KSU. Yeah, Auto GPT is the one I was thinking of, and so those are open source assistant or agent projects, and you can go build them right now. Now here's the deal about them. We're early. The caveat for all of these things right now, they're janky pieces of shit. The other thing about agents is that they will run up your OpenAI bill because you say to it, go accomplish this task, and it will just go try to accomplish that task over and over and over again. And if it fails, it'll try it again, and it'll try it again. So you could run up your OpenAI API bill really, really quickly if you're not careful. But that's 2024. We're going to start to see some of these things emerge. And I would think that they're going to be within Chat GPT. They're likely going to be within Gemini Ultra at some point. How long before DALL-E fixes the issues with text and images? I'm guessing mid to end of this year. Someone will crack that nut. It's already way better than it was 6 months ago. Like 6 months ago, you couldn't do text and images. And then Ideogram came out, and all of a sudden you could. And then DALL-E 3 came out and it got really good. 2023, the last normal year. Exactly. 2023 is going to be the last year where we're kind of the ones providing the logic. 2024, these systems are going to start to get reasoning. And once they get reasoning, here's one of the things that happens with AI, with machine learning and AI. And like the question about why didn't we have ChatGPT 10 years ago when we had all this stuff? AI kind of goes, it's crappy, it's crappy, it's crappy, it's crappy, it's crappy, it's crappy. Like years are passing, right? It's crappy, it's crappy, it sort of works. It's crappy, it sort of works. It's kind of good. It's sort of, oh, it's good. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's great. Oh, it's amazing. Boom. So it's like it goes from like nothing to incredible. We're just in this part of that curve. So we've been sort of plodding along. GPT-1, GPT-2 was okay. Buddy of mine, Richard Boyd, developed some things in GPT-2. It was okay, he said. Not great, but it was fine. GPT-3 came out, and all of a sudden things got better. ChatGPT and GPT 3.5 and GPT-4, and all of a sudden we're starting to do this. We're on this part of the curve. GPT-5 is not going to be just like a little incremental improvement from GPT-4. No. They finished GPT-4 2 years ago. We got access to it not 2 years ago. We think it's really new. They've been working on GPT-5 for a while. And it's going to be exponentially better. than GPT-4. And no one's caught up to GPT-4. I mean, think about this. An 800-person company launched this thing November of 2022 called Chat GPT, and no one's caught them yet. Google claims to have caught them, but they haven't actually launched the version of their GPT thing that competes with it. These are the biggest companies in the world. Microsoft decided just to invest in the 800-person company. Apple hasn't done it. Meta hasn't done it. Google hasn't done it. None of them. Anthropic, Inflection, all of the competitors right now are kind of operating at GPT 3.5 levels. No one's gotten to GPT 4. And I think we're going to see GPT 5 sooner than later. Like, I don't think it's going to be end of 2024, is my instinct. Because OpenAI recognizes they're going to have to compete with Gemini Ultra. So if Gemini Ultra comes out mid-February, early March, OpenAI is not going to want to sit around and not compete with that. They're going to be like, oh, you got something that's as good as GPT-4? That's cute. Look at you. Look at you, Google. The inventors of the core technology here catching up with us. Here's GPT-5. Have fun. It's going to be like... Crazy. Is Siri fire now? No, Siri is a pile of trash now. Apparently, Apple's going to make Siri not suck. I will believe it when I see it. That's hilarious. That's what I did all day long today. What'd you do all day long today? Kyle, I found it very insightful. Wait, what was that? How do you use AI in your day-to-day? Me personally? I don't use Google anymore. I use it essentially as my primary search for anything. And it's funny. Now that I have GPT-4, I never really wanted a search engine. If you think about what a search engine is generally what you want is you want an answer, right? I'd like to know how to program Python, please. Here are 47 sites that will teach you how to program Python, 40 of which are horrible multi-level marketing funnels that don't teach you anything. Somewhere buried in there are some actual resources, and somewhere buried in there are one or two where you can begin to learn something. Well, with ChatGPT, I actually just get the answer. It's like, that's all I wanted in the first place. I don't want to go look at the 40 fucking sites. I just want the answer. So I use it like that. Kyle, you're like John from Silicon Valley Bitcoin group. People compared that group with the Homebrew Computer group. It was... I was an assistant organizer. Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, so I started a similar group like this in 94 called the World Wide Web Artists Consortium, which was kind of like the Homebrew Computer group but it was for web developers in New York City in Silicon Alley. So yeah, so I've started a group like this before. Copilot ? I assume the question is, do I think it sucks? And I don't know which Copilot you're referring to. If you're referring to GitHub Copilot, yes, you should go use it. You should get good at pair programming with GPT. If you're just talking about general Microsoft Copilot, like in Office 365 and in Windows and copilot.microsoft.com, it's good. It could be great. So Copilot is Microsoft's version of Chat GPT, and they've incorporated it into everything. My personal challenge with Copilot right now is the safety guardrails are so conservative that it makes it kind of unusable. But it's free Chat GPT 4. New haircut? No, I just didn't put enough glue in it. Oh, man. Oh, I found it very insightful when you reminded me OpenAI isn't meant to be a consumer-facing company. Okay. So what Kruvuno's talking about here. So I was kind of pooping on on the Chat GPT store sucking, the GPT store sucking. And it sucks. Like, it's bad. It's like, if it's not even as good as Poe, the Poe bot directory, which has been out for like 2 years, and Adam D'Angelo, the CEO of Quora, is on the board of OpenAI. It's not even as good as that. Like, it's not even close to as good as the Poe directory. So it's a piece of shit, okay? But what struck me, and also they released teams at the same time. So they said, here's your GPT store. And by the way, you've now got Chat GPT team, which allows you to basically share GPTs across your organization. But when you sign up for it, it says upgrade to GPT teams, but it doesn't import any of the work that you've already done. It's a separate subscription. So you still have GPT Plus, and now you have GPT Team. And they say sometime in the next couple of weeks, they're going to incorporate those two. Okay? But here's what struck me. OpenAI is not a consumer software company. They're a research lab. They've always said they've been a research lab. Their primary mission in life is to achieve AGI, artificial general intelligence. They don't really give a shit about ChatGPT as a core business because it's not their business. Their business is the core research to build the foundation models. ChatGPT was an afterthought. It was just a demo app to show what you could do with this base model. But it happened to take off so dramatically that it forced them into being a consumer application company. They don't have that core skill set. It's not in the DNA. They're going to have to bring someone in my opinion, if they want to compete in this world, they're going to have to bring someone in that's actually good at that. And so I give them a little bit of grace with the GPT store sucking and with the Teams thing kind of sucking, because they're stepping into an arena that's not what they've done for 7 years or however long they've been around. They've been around for a while. It looked like Pate said his wife got him the charger, so he's back. That's good. Awesome. Welcome. I think it's so cool. You're sitting there with your baby in your lap. That's awesome. Bravo, Pate's wife. That's really good. Can these auto agents just do my laundry and dishes? I know, right? Wouldn't that be nice? Well, actually, the physical robots are going to be able to do that. They just showed one that they can teach it to make coffee. So if people eventually convert to ChatGPT over Google, what would the equivalent be to SEO? That's a great question. My life as a mombi. Great. 10 out of 10 on the name. With the emoji of a zombie. It's really good. It's not going to be dissimilar to SEO, but you're going to have to get your stuff embedded into the core large language model as a trusted source. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Because here's the way these large language models work. So if they take, let's just say they take a whole library of PDFs and they're going to what they call embed them. The PDF itself, the documents themselves, cease to exist when they get embedded. What happens is it takes all of the words within the PDFs and it groups those words into semantic clouds in 1,000-dimensional mathematical space. It's weird. It's just weird. It's kind of like your brain. It's kind of like this sort of abstract mathematical space. And when you type in your prompt, it creates a mathematical weighting that basically says somewhere in these trillion words that are represented mathematically in 1,000-dimensional vector space is the most probable next word to plop to be the next word in the answer to your prompt. And then there's another word that's the next most probable, and another one that's the next most probable. And it basically just writes like that. It's a calculator that's doing probabilistic guesses as to what words come next. And so, like, that's how these things get trained. So how you get your information into that mathematical space in a way that when someone says, hey, I need the best information about a florist in St. Louis, I don't know. I don't know how your shit shows up. I was at Alexa when Chat GPT launched. To say it caught people off guard is a huge understatement. Wow, I bet it was amazing. I bet it was amazing, Pate, because it's like even OpenAI didn't think it was a big deal. Like, here's the thing. November 30th, 2022 is when ChatGPT launched, but you could basically do everything ChatGPT did by going to the OpenAI playground, the GPT playground, and you could type in a prompt and it would generate an answer. But there were like all these other switches and dials, and you had to choose models, and you had this thing called temperature, which you could slide up and down, and it was just a slightly geekier interface. But it did the same shit for 2 years before ChatGPT came out. Nobody cared. I mean, the developer community cared. They were like, holy shit, this stuff's amazing. But that was the geeks. They were off in the corner building little things, and one of them turned it into Jasper, and one of them turned it into Copy AI. So, like, these tools had been out. And so when they launched this thing called ChatGPT, it makes no logical sense why anyone would care about it. And I think what everyone underestimated was the power of a simple interface, right? Tim Berners-Lee invents the World Wide Web. The internet before the World Wide Web was a command line interface. You had to know the IP address of the server that you wanted to connect to, and then you would type in commands to connect to that server, and then your computer would talk to their computer. It was very technical. And Tim Berners-Lee comes up with the hypertext transfer protocol. You can take a word and you can highlight it, and it will connect, when you click on that word, to another computer server. So they basically just hid the command line beneath a click. And it changed everything. And that's what ChatGPT is. That's what it represents. And so, so I think everyone, including OpenAI, underestimated it. And so did the Google. And so did Meta. And so did everyone. But when you have a piece of software that gets to 100 million users in 6 weeks on word of mouth only, shit's going to change. And that's what happened. That's why everyone freaked out so much, because it makes, there is something more here, right? And so all of the tech companies are now laser focused on this space. Wouldn't the SEO still be driven by ranking of the search engines that ChatGPT is not using search engines? Well, ChatGPT is using Bing when it can't find what it needs in its known data set. Its primary search is to its foundation model. And then if it doesn't have the answer in there, then it will go do a web search, and it will pull up whatever shows up there, and then it incorporates that into an answer with the large language model. So in that case, SEO ranking in this case, Bing, is important, but how you actually get in the core organic answers of ChatGPT, I don't know. You just have to have contributed well to the world without putting bullshit out there. It's also going to be interesting to see how long these large language models last without full-on advertising injection in them. Here's your answer, brought to you by Exxon. That's going to fuck some shit up. That's going to drive people more to open source solutions. I don't know, man. It's crazy. I don't know. I got nothing. I got nothing for you. Wisconsin Condos subscribed for 2 months. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, sir. Can AI cure cancer, or will it not be allowed to? Well, I think that we were talking before about when we're in this weird, not weird. We're in a mode of AI and machine learning right now where we're just starting to sort of turn up the hockey stick. We've been kind of like this for many years, and now it's starting to do this, and we're very quickly going to do that. When AI starts, when it can reason, when we have AGI and it can reason, and then the AI can improve itself, that's when this starts going like this. And then you'll be able to throw any problem at it. Here's all the cancer data we've got for 50 years. Could you go solve that? Sure. 3 days later, here you go. Here's your cures to cancer. It's obviously not going to be that simple, but it's going to be, there's going to be quantum advances very, very quickly. Like 2024 starts to get really weird because I think 2024 is when we start to hit this ramp up. And that's why, again, I think 2023 is the last normal year where it's like things are kind of predictable. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of remarkable that it can write a complete novel for me if I just ask for it. But yeah, that's kind of normal. Well, did you pay attention what happened to DeepMind? Not what happened to DeepMind. What DeepMind created like a month ago, 6 weeks ago in material science? They released a paper in the journal Nature that said, "Dear world, here are 2.2 million new materials the world has never seen before. Of those, 380,000 of them are stable crystals." What's that mean? Like stable crystals, like, you remember all the buzz about there was a room temperature superconductor that was supposedly created in Korea 3 months ago? 380,000 stable crystals that could be that, or could be the new coating for your nonstick pans, or could be a new way to transmit electricity, or could be a new way to build stadiums that you can just aim lasers at and it builds a stadium. Like we don't even know. 380,000 stable crystals. To put it in context, prior to that, human beings had identified 20 or 22,000. And then with computers aiding humans, they found another 48,000. So humans and computers over our lifetime, or over history, have come up with 68,000 stable crystals. DeepMind just did 380,000. They said in their press release, or in the thing, it's essentially 800 years worth of scientific advancement just dumped on the world. That happened 6 weeks ago. Like, we don't know the implications of that. They are likely profound. As lab after lab after lab starts to replicate those crystals and sees what the properties are and actually starts building shit with them and figuring out manufacturing techniques. That's just material science. And that's one company aiming these tools at one area and saying, "Here, world." So we're going to start to see that like every 2 months, and then every month, and then every 2 weeks, and then every week, and then it's going to be like daily. Here's some massive 1,000-year advancement in climate change. Here's a 1,000-year advancement in economic theory. Here's a 1,000-year advancement. Like, that's what's going to start happening. Is it going to happen in 2024? I don't know, but I think we get some version of AGI in 2024, and that's essentially the beginning of this thing just taking off exponentially. And we as humans don't understand exponential growth. It's impossible to comprehend it. It's just too The way Sam Altman described it, he said, imagine having a year where you have the scientific advancement of the previous 500, like in all areas. What would that even be what would that look like? And the implication of your question was, will they be allowed to cure cancer? Is, farmers not going to let it happen because they make their money treating cancer, not curing cancer. Well, when it's coming from all directions, from all sorts of companies, it's going to change everything. It's going to change economic models. It's going to change industries. Absolutely not getting AGI this year. Quote me or whatever. All right. Pate called it here first. Pate doesn't agree with David Shapiro. Where am I on this? I think by the end of 2024, we'll have two things, Pate. I think we will have autonomous agents that are decently functional, and I think we'll have some version of reasoning. Whether or not it depends on the definition of AGI, right? Like, we get into all sorts of semantic bullshit here, but I think by the end of 2024, we get autonomous agents and we get reasoning. And the minute you have those two, then it's just a matter of time, and it's a matter of degrees, and it's a matter of definitions. So we'll see. And it's very possible. Listen, it's very possible. But I'm going to go with David Shapiro on this one. David still thinks we're going to have it essentially by September. My favorite story was the pastry AI that accidentally detected cancer. Yeah, there's gonna be all sorts of shit like that. Well, and just like we've got regular people that are making these GPTs that have never been a software developer in their life. That are like, I don't know what Corey Sandler's background was, but she's making these GPTs that, crazy shoe designs and eyeglass designs and pottery glazing recipes. And like, right now, the tools that they have to play with, let them make this, let's effectively call it a cute little application that happens to be as powerful as GPT-4. But the GPTs that are out there right now are relatively primitive because the base technology is relatively primitive. But the trend here is really important. A lot of people in this group and in the AI Salon who were not software developers are lit on fire right now developing software in the form of GPTs. But they're full on developing software and they're putting it out in the world. Look at this application I made. It does this cool thing. It does that cool thing. People are like, oh, that's cool. How'd you do that? That's really cool. Ah. Well, what happens when the tool gets 200 times more powerful than GPTs are today? And it's still just as easy for Corey Sandler to make that application as this one, right? And she's like, oh, well, what's a passion thing of mine? I don't know much about it, but it sure would be nice if I could help these kind of people that don't have access to something. And she just makes that application, and it's world class. That's coming. And so yeah. So you're going to have people that literally stumble upon crazy, crazy scientific breakthroughs because they just came at it from some orthogonal, bizarre, different direction. And they have these very powerful tools at their disposal. At what point will ethics become a serious concern to discern real and misinformation? 2024, Joxer. Get ready. We're entering a presidential election where misinformation is already part of the game. It's been part of the game for a while. 2024 is going to be insane. It is my hope and my thought. Well, it's my thought, but it's my hope that things in 2024 get bad enough that we collectively as a global society or at least as a US society say, hey, we've got to fucking do something about this. And I think we need to do something around tokenization, whether it's blockchain or some other kind of tokenization technology where we can verify humans and we can verify the content that those humans created. Because we're not that far away from someone being able to just completely synthesize all the shit I do. There's plenty of material of me out there. And make a live that looks like this live, but it's got a completely different message. It's trying to get you to buy some Bitcoin derivative. But it'll look like me, it'll sound like me, it'll joke. So at some point, we're all going to demand, I need to be able to know that this is the real AI Learning Lab. And I want to be able to determine that that video that's on YouTube has got the green check mark that says, yeah, the real AI Learning Lab made that video and that video hasn't been modified. I think I think 2024 is the year where we suddenly realize we got to get our shit together on this. But I don't know. I do not know. But this year it becomes a big issue. Completely agree. 2024 will show a multifold advancement in AI. Yep. So AI will give us the Philosopher's Stone finally. Yep, we're pretty close to it right now. AGI is coming. Are you ready? Altman 2024. Where did they find them? Where did they find what? My boss wants me to teach him AI. Dr. Bod, teach your boss AI. And Dr. Bod, even if you're like, but I don't know anything about it. You've been in here. You've been in here more than once. So you're at least using Chat GPT, I hope. You've probably made images in DALL-E. You don't need to show your boss much. What I'm realizing about the shit that I've built in AI is as I'm showing it to people, they can't process it. People going from a standing start, knowing nothing about AI, to seeing even a semi-advanced kind of tool, they can't process it. Like, they need time. They need time to, like, go, oh, shit. Wow. What So you don't have to show much, but absolutely take them up on it. Become the expert within your organization. Absolutely. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Car and aircraft designs that take a 100-year leap. Absolutely. What's the definition of AGI? How far are we from it? Google actually put out a paper that's actually really interesting. I think it was Google. Wasn't it, Pate? Google paper on AGI stages? Or AGI definitions? Levels of AGI. Is this Google? Revised 5th January. Yeah, Google DeepMind. So, six principles. So go look at this paper. So this paper is called Levels of AGI, Operationalizing Progress on the Path to AGI. So go look at this paper. And if one of the mods or one of the irregulars can post it in, I'm trying to think where to post it. Maybe post it in tools and resources, and also in water cooler. So the levels, level 0, no AI or narrow AI. Level 1, emerging, equal to or somewhat better than an unskilled human. Chat GPT is certainly there. It's at level 1. Level 2, competent, at least 50th percentile of skilled adults. This is where we're probably not there. We're probably there with some things. Oh yeah, competent AGI, not yet achieved. Level 1, emerging AGI, ChatGPT, Bard, Llama 2, Gemini. So level 1's been achieved in AGI. Level 2 is at least 50th percentile of skilled adults. Level 3 is expert, at least 90th percentile of skilled adults, meaning it's better than. So when you get to level 2 and level 3, that means AGI has reasoning. Level 4, virtuoso, at least 99th percentile of skilled adults, meaning these tools are better than 99% of skilled humans at all jobs, right? So that's level 4. And then level 5, superhuman, outperforms 100% of humans. So that paper is really interesting. The other place I would go is I would go to David Shapiro on YouTube. Let me see, at Dave Shap. And then go look at his videos. And he's got one. He's got a bunch. He's got one called What Does AGI Mean? Clues to AGI. Let me see. Let me look within here. AGI. This video on post-AGI economics is really interesting. Brace for Impact. The Brace for Impact one is really good. Anyway, he's got a ton of stuff in here to look at. So I would say Brace for Impact, David Shapiro's Brace for Impact. I would say his Q-Star videos, his post-AGI economics video. Super alignment, you definitely want to hear him talk about super alignment. You know, AGI, all jobs gone within 5 years. Now he's an AGI, like he's written 5 books on AGI. He's got an open source project on it. So he's obviously invested in this. He's not only drunk the Kool-Aid, he's trying to build the infrastructure to be able to do this. So he might not be objective on this stuff, but he's wicked fucking smart on it. So anyway, I'd go look at those 2 things. The Google paper, the DeepMind paper on levels of AGI, and basically anything David Shapiro is talking about with AGI if you want to get educated on it. It's crazy. It's crazy. 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 It's crazy. Just like me. It's crazy, can't you see? Oh, look at that. That's new. That's AGI. And I don't know if you can see this, but I just updated my new Mac operating system. And I'm in an image here, and I just I accidentally double-clicked on a word, and it highlighted the word. So Apple is identifying words within images now. And they might have done that before, but I don't think it was that obvious. Huh, interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, fantastic. Long Ma, I think it's so interesting that computational psychology is a thing now. Yeah, that was one of the Ethan Mollick pieces that he put out there, was that using human psychology on large language models actually makes them perform better. Is human intelligence the limit of AI? after it has used all its ability to connect all the info. I don't think we know that yet. I don't have a fucking clue. There's all sorts of theories about model collapse, if that at some point these models are going to run out of data to train on, and at that point they could collapse if they start training on synthesized data that they created, that it becomes this weird cyclical loop and they kind of collapse under their own weight. Some people believe that's going to happen. Some people don't. But I don't know. I don't have a fucking clue. This is already so significantly beyond what I know anything about. All I'm trying to do on this channel is say, here's the tools we have today. You should get curious about them. You should get educated about them. You should be building. You should be AI literate so that you're on the surfboard rather than being on the beach as this giant wave washes over the world. Kyle, mine did it too today with that exact image I made for you. It's much more responsive. What's much more responsive? That it highlighted a word like that? Yeah, that was weird. I haven't seen that before. I just installed it this afternoon, the new system, so I haven't played with it at all. I think this year everyone will get their own AI bot to do work for us online, probably. But what is the Salon? So the AI Salon, this group is a community that I started the week after Chat GPT launched a year and a month ago. And it's a group of AI adventurers. So basically people that so what's happened in this channel is I come on here every night. My initial intent was, sort of I don't know, teach people what Chat GPT was and how to use it, and they would sort of come in and then they would go. And what's ended up happening is this has become like a nightly jam session, kind of in coordination with the AI Salon. So if you go to the salon.ai, the first link there will take you to the Mighty Networks community, where you can connect with the irregulars. The ones that come here regularly are called the irregulars, and this entire community. And there's a show and tell channel, which we should go check out, where people kind of make images in real time as this is going on, but then throughout the day, throughout the week, they're supporting one another, they're teaching one another, they're creating sub-communities within this group. It's really a remarkable group. So if you don't have community that is supportive and empathetic and inclusive, it's kind of like a support group. Hi, my name's Kyle. I'm into AI. Hey, Kyle. It's been 20 minutes since I made an image in DALL-E. I'm rendering one right now. Welcome, dude. Been there. It's kind of like that because we're so early that most of us, a universal story that I hear is, I'm the only weirdo in my group that's talking about this. And then occasionally someone will go, ooh, one of my friends just asked me about it. I'm going over to their place tonight and I'm going to tell them all about it. Their mind was blown. They're in. It's like, it is. There's an evangelical element to it. Anyway, we're a fun and varied group of humans and not AI disguised as people. Yeah, it's a very important part of the AI Salon is, it's about the people, right? It's about people connecting and figuring this stuff out together. So anyway, that's that. All right, people, let me wind this on down. Let me get on out of here. Let you get on with your Saturday nights or Sunday mornings or wherever the hell you are. In Australia, I think you're going into your Sunday afternoon or something like that, right? A link of my GPTs. I don't know what a Mighty Network is. So the Mighty Network is just it's a website. Here, look, tool, right? So we used to be on Discord, and now we moved to this. Thank you, Robert Rossi. I appreciate that a lot. now we're on this thing called Mighty Networks, and this is just where the community hangs out. So it's a website that's kind of like, think of it like Facebook, but a specialized version of it just for this community. And so there's different sections. So the one section is called Welcome to the AI Salon. So you can learn about who we are, what we do, what our values are, curiosity, generosity, exploration, collaboration, inclusion, and empathy. There's announcements. We have meetings every other week. This coming Tuesday is our next meeting. There's a community section where you can introduce yourself. There's a water cooler where you can chat. There's a show and tell section, which we'll sort of go through that at the end here. There's AI tools and resources, which is a curated list of the tools that you should be getting educated on. This is in my opinion, but these are the good ones. And then there's also guilds, so sub-communities within the community, like a starters guild called AI 101, an art guild, a writers guild, business, AI mechanics. Pate, who's in here, runs the AI mechanics guild. He'll explain technical stuff, or if you want to geek out on math, you can do that. There's healthcare, there's video, and there's an education guild. So it's really just the place we meet and hang out in between these sessions. So... all right, I love this topic, model collapse. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Verified content is a big concern for artists, actors, etc. Yep, and it's going to get worse. Kyle, mine did it too. Okay, that was that. I found a Chat GPT. Wait, I found the GPT that you guys were talking about. It's called Search Superpower. Oh, very cool, Stephen. If you could, share that in show and tell. Was reading an article yesterday about Dr. Google outperforming medics on nature.com. Yep, we're going to start to increasingly see these tools outperforming humans. Absolutely. I think with anything where there are lives on the line, humans are going to stay in the loop for a long, long time. But the support tools from AI are going to get incredible. Our 30-minute goodbye starts now. Thank you, Danielle. My nightly trolling from Danielle. He just can't quit us. I've learned so much about biology from ChatGPT, even though it doesn't give me the conclusions I expect. It's a great tutor. Yeah. What isn't the salon? That's great. We won't leave. AI is being leveraged by people trying to do good in the world with limited resources. AI is going to be amplifying the shit out of our efforts. Absolutely. That's the thing I'm most excited about. AI are humanity amplifiers. Now, they amplify the good and the bad, but the purpose of this channel, the purpose of the salon, the purpose of all the stuff that I'm doing is try in the smallest way possible, or in as big a way as I can, bend the use of AI slightly to the good. Because I think we're so early right now that, if you take a tanker in the ocean and you turn it 1/10 of a degree, it's imperceptible. But over 1,000 miles, you've made miles of direction. So that's what this is about. Be nice to the AI if it takes over. Better to be cherished pet than a simple battery. Exactly. Yeah. I say please and thank you to your AIs, because it seems that they work a little bit better that way. But probably within 3 months, ChatGPT is going to have memory. It's going to remember your conversations across chats. Okay. So let me start winding this up and get out of here. Thank you to anyone who subscribes to this channel, anyone who purchases the whatever you call it. What are they called? A series. I've got a series in one of the corners down there called Underhyped about AI. That supports the channel. Anyone who gives gifts in here, thank you. Irregulars, anyone who shows up here regularly, you're what makes this place amazing. Love all the info. When can I join the lives? Oh, when I can join the lives. Oh, great. Yeah, Don Smith, good to see you again. I haven't seen you in a bit, but it's good to see you. So thank you to everyone. Thank you to the mods for making this an actual pleasure to be able to do this and not get completely overwhelmed. You make a big, big difference. Hang on. Let me put that up there. And let's do our little romper room. I see, who do I see? I see Barbara and Francesco. I see Wayne Lacombe Jr., Mr. IT, good to see you. Tobias, life's tough, tougher when you're stupid. Uh, Barbara, I already said Barbara. Don Smith, good to see you. Babel, thank you for subscribing. Just subscribed. I'm looking forward to the content. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Show and tell. Oh, let me do show and tell before I go. See, this is Danielle was right. It's going to take me half an hour. But let me do show and tell. All right. So let's see what people have been doing while I've been babbling on. Let's see if they're still making fun of my credit card snafu earlier. Suno, Kyle's credit card. Oh, someone wrote a song about it.
Girl's dream, oh what a sight. Credit card slip, a cyber flight in the online proof. A playful tale, secure your cards. Kyle set sail. Hey there, Kyle. Cyber dance, credit card slip. Take a chance in the stream of life. Mistakes we find. Secure your cards, leave worries behind. But no worries, we'll laugh it away. But cyber smarts, a brighter day.
I deserve that. Oh, Chat GPT, AGI or die. So Digital Gods just put up a GPT about AGI. Very cool. Here's another GPT. GPT Cottage of Creators, the creative GPT source. Spend some relaxation times. Get creative. Explore the mind of an ADHD creator. Oh, that's super cool. Corey Sandler's killing it with these really creative things. Love it. I used to use DALL-E. Lighthearted learning. There's the AI Salon support group. Oh, there's Pate. Pate. Oh wait, where's Kyle, Mom? Oh man, AI primordial soup. Very cool. That's terrifying. Thank you, Joker. How are we supposed to sleep at night with these? Supposed to be Kyle. Yeah, and here's the credit card trolling. This went on pretty good. More credit card trolling. I'm not dead. It's just a flesh wound. Oh man, you guys are the best. All right, fantastic people. Danielle, great to see you. Robert Rossi, thank you as always for your support. Gotta go. Joe Mama, good to see you. Same time tomorrow. Yep, same time tomorrow. Babel, be not afraid. Wayne. All right, everybody. Fantastic. Thank you, Silver Fox. Great to see you. Yeah, this was an odd one tonight, but that's okay. This is what they say. The AI Learning Lab is AI Learning Lab's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Welcome to Chat ADD. All right, everybody. Have a great Saturday night, and I will see you tomorrow.